Hi everyone, so today I'm super excited to share with you a new collection that Spellbinders has brought to their site. It is the Yana's Poppy collection, or Yana's Poppies. Just gorgeous. In the collection there are 3 items and I have all 3 to share with you. And then I think I might pair it with this Better Press plate set that actually comes from the Storytelling collection. So right now in August they launched I think 10 or 12 different collections, and Storytelling is a really fun one. It has really large like titles, like maybe for scrapbooking. You can put it on a card, of course, and then some completer awards for those titles, like December, or like they just have a lot of different things, winter, like all these different words, right? And I think it will work with today's design. So I brought that one out too. So these items were sent free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. Having said that, I did receive samples, like I said, and so this is not packaged the way it would be. This one is, and this one is. Obviously the stencil is not. So I do want to say with the Yana's collection, the Poppy collection, you can pick up the plate by itself, the Better Press plate. It's nice and heavy. Or you can pick up a bundle, which is the plate and the stencil. The stencil is not going to be sold by itself because there's no reason to have the stencil if you don't have the plate, right? So you can either pick up the plate by itself or a bundle, and then the Poppy itself, which is just gorgeous. If you're familiar with Yana's designs, this is something she does quite often. She has the background die and then like this beautiful detail die, so you can see it does cut out this whole piece, right? Kind of like a, what's the word? Like an outline. And then all these other pieces in here can fall out, or you can, what I do a lot of times, you can see maybe some of my old videos if you look up, I'll run it through some paper, like say some white paper or whatever, but I don't die cut it. I run it through with the rubber embossing mat, and so this impression will be there. And usually I'll die cut it with this first, or you die cut it with this afterward, after you've done that. So the rubber impression will be there, and all this little stitching, like all these lines, should I say, will be there. This etching, I guess is the word I was looking for. And then you can pair that underneath this, go ahead and run it through some gold paper or something. You have this gold outline, but we'll do that in the next video. Okay, so right now I want to focus on this. So they do have the die set. I'm going to focus on the Better Press plate, and then again, maybe using some of this Storytelling collection wording to just have a sentiment on there. But I will say this guy is 5 3/4 by probably 4 1/2. Yeah, so a 1/4 inch larger than A2 size. So it's a really nice full plate. It's going to do the background. Just you see what I'm saying? The black part is what you're really inking up, right? So then you have these empty spaces where the stencil comes in. And this feels like there's quite a few stencils in here. So let's see what we have. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hey, that's really good. The more stencils, the more detail, right? So I thought there would be like maybe 4, maybe 3, even if you used to have some greenery, a couple of accent colors, right? But we have this guy. I think these are in order. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So hopefully you can kind of see through, so you can kind of plan what you're looking at. So this first one does some of the petals. The next one does the opposite edge or side of the petals, so you can see there. The third one is going to be, I believe, more petals, so it finishes off those things. So for me, I'd probably do oranges and reds and those kind of colors. Then we start with the leaves, some greenery, some stems. It looks like stems, yeah. Yes, you can see the little stems there. And then this is probably just the accent, very centers of the flowers is what it looks like. So, very cool. What I'm going to do is grab my Better Press tool. We're definitely going to use this, clearly. A nice big ink. And we'll go from there, so we can get our sentiment going also. So we'll do the better pressing and then obviously the stenciling, but I'll be right back. So I am using some of the letterpress or Better Press paper that Spellbinders has. Just, whatever paper you like to use. A nice heavyweight paper is what I normally go with. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 roughly. It's not trimmed down or anything like that. And I'm just going to place it on here so you can see the plate is larger than that, so that's really good. I am going to trim that down, so that's another thing I like to think about. I'm going to pop this on here. Basically center in the A2 size little grid marks or marks there, registration marks. And I'm going to put tape on the very edges. Okay, so I am going to trim down my paper, but I'm only going to take off so much. So what I'd like to do is just catch a little tiny bit of that. Now generally I do tape down all 4. Another thing you can do is just put some double-sided adhesive under this. It'll hold it on, or even just fold over some of your little tape here and stick it behind there and I'll hold it also. We're going to take that guy, we're just going to put this right in the center of the A2. Again, I'm going to trim some away so I'm not super concerned, but I do want it pretty well lined up. That looks good, right? So we have it there. Trim some of that away. Maybe push this down a little bit. Okay. And I'm just going to take a black ink. I mean, how pretty would that be? Ooh, and blue. Blue and like oranges look so pretty together. So anyway, I'm going to do a black background, but I think it would look really nice if you had blue. So this is a really big plate. I'm just going to make sure I have this on here really well. And if any little bits like this come off, I'm going to pay attention this time. I always mention that to you guys, and then last time I did one of my videos, I still had little something was showing up there. Okay. Oh, see, there's another one right there. So it's just the little fibers that are on this guy, because it's like a not felt, sorry, it's like a cotton pad, so it does that sometimes. Alright, let's run this through my Platinum 6. It will go through your larger Platinum machines, it'll go through like a big shot. Generally, the machines that are compatible with this will be listed on the Spellbinders site as far as, for the Better Press tool. Just running that guy through. It's going to be gorgeous, I know it. Lovely, lovely. I missed a little bit there where it's not as dark, but to be honest, I kind of like the artsy look. I'm not too concerned. If you want to run it back through, you can definitely do that because it's not going to move. It's magnetic, and then this guy is where it is, so you just pop it back on and run it back through. But I'm going to leave it just the way it is. So, one other thing we want to do while this is out is our sentiments. This guy's really big, so, another thing you can do is also use some archival ink cleaner. I usually just dab, dab, dab. It does have like a little foam top. I don't know if it'll fall off if you scrape like that, so I always just dab. Dab, 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 dab. If you don't have this stuff, they do have it on Spellbinder's site, but you can use a little alcohol in a pinch and wipe it down. It doesn't completely remove everything, but it'll be clean for the next time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it cleans it off, but it might be stained, but it'll be fine. I'm going to wipe this off with a paper towel. I'll be right back. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I really just want, I think, Nature's Beauty, but obviously it's going to do all these words for you. So this happens to be the plate set called All Seasons for Spring, you guys. Like I said, they have like winter, they have all these different ones. Really, I just want the one that says, like I said, Nature's Beauty, which is up here. So let's remove this guy. And I think I'm going to cut it from some orange paper. A little scrap here that's a nice orange color. And again, I'm just making sure that it will actually touch that area. And I'm only going to ink up that area, guys, even though there's tons of sentiments on here. I just want really that one. Here's a smaller ink in black also, so just right in there. I'm just going to run it back through this way. And that's just orange paper. It's like the lightest weight paper I think ever. Probably 80 pound. And it should still be great. There it is, Nature's Beauty. And then I would take this guy. Get a lot of stuff piled up here. Let's see. We should get rid of these. They got marked all over. But anyway, you can see that if you had inked it all up, it would just do them all at once, and then you can cut them all out at once. But I'm just eyeballing where Nature's Beauty is, right there. That looks pretty good. I'll get some little tape and just probably just run that one area through, to be honest. So I'm just going to trim the rest of this away. What's funny is that it's still imprinted. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Because it's a letterpress, so even though it didn't have ink, it's still pushed in there. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and run that through, and I'll have my sentiments. There's our sentiments. It's funny because I cut the other ones, but I didn't. I guess we could have done New Beginnings. But anyway, this is what I was going for. So we have that guy. Put that over to the side. And let's do some inking. Now, of course, I haven't grabbed anything for that yet. Probably should have gotten ready for that. That's okay. So we're going to start with, you know, number 1 here. And I'm just going to stick this down to a rubber mat. I know I do have a grip mat. I have a couple of grip mats. And if you have a grip mat, that is great. You would just stick that to your grip mat, stick this on top. No problem. It's not going to go anywhere. But I'm going to do it old school. So you have some different ideas of how to stencil. I mean, you know, I don't know where you are on your journey, so we're going very basic here. All you would do is line that up. It does have registration marks for like a 5x7, but this is a A2 size piece of paper. And so I would take that and then just get myself some washi, your best craft tape ever, whatever it is that you like to use. And I'm just going to stick that down there and here, and let me grab some oranges and some reds, obviously some greens, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think on the second one it has the most color, so you can think about how it is that you want it. This one has the least amount, this one has the most, I think, and then a little bit more here. So, you know, you can just kind of think about how you want to do that. I think I'll start with red. So I have a little bit of less of that, so just a nice red, and just go in here. And hopefully this video will give you an idea also of what does what, right? Which stencil. So of course this is number 1. I will say I'm using a water-based dye ink, so it's not going to reactivate that archival ink. Generally water-based items shouldn't reactivate archival inks. So you can watercolor this, you know, you can do whatever you like, but I'm using this guy. Okay, I think that looks good. And I can just wash this off whenever because it just kind of washes away. It's water-based. Okay, so that was red. Let's go with the next one. Sorry, my voice is being funny. I literally had just taken a pause to clear my throat and then just did it again. Alright, so let's get the next one. And you know, it has the etching for the registrations, but again, I'm not paying attention to that because I'm not using a 5x7 piece of cardstock. I'm assuming this one goes here. I'm looking at this guy. Oh, it's easier to line it. Okay, perfect. Look for one that you can really line up. I was lining this guy up and that looked really good. When I was trying to line it up with this one, he has a little bit of an accent there. So again, that could be, you know, a darker color. What I'm going to do right now is do a lighter orange. Generally, you work from light to dark anyway. That's generally how you stencil. So that makes sense, because if that first one could have been lighter and then a medium color for the second one, the third one being the darkest color, right? So I did red because I want red and orange, but now I'm going to go with a medium kind of color orange, and then I'll go into a deeper orange. So I'm going to go into this tangerine color and just everywhere. And again, I like to stencil in a way that's kind of organic. I'm not looking for a super solid color, you know. I like to make it look like there's a little variation of color, so I'm not just trying to color it in completely. A little color, a little darker in some areas, that's all I'm trying to say. A little lighter in others. Like this one, I might base this very edge. Kind of usually start in the center of the petal if there's a certain way it's facing. So it's a little bit deeper and then lighter towards the end. Okay. And the next one's going to be the deepest orange. It's pretty. And then this last one, I'm going to use a really dark orange on that. And very easy to see where you're putting that. And again, this should be your darkest color, I suppose, if you're doing it all one shade, or one color, should I say. Alright, I'm going to go with this color called Pumpkin. That red, ooh, that's red. Well, you know what, I already did it, so just let's grab that. I meant to grab my other brush, but you know what, I like that it has some red in it because it's going to make it deeper. So, that's just fine. Okay. I really want that to be nice and dark. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Okay. So that's all those. And then we'll do some greenery. And then the very center. See, the center of your flower doesn't have anything yet. So there's that. This is stencil number 4. Greenery. And then the next one does the stems. So, you know, if you want different colors of green. Let's do this parsley color, and then maybe for the stems I'll go with like a really deep, deep green. And we should do one color, that's fine, that's lovely. And stencil number 5 just has the little stems. So you kind of eyeball where those are. About there, that looks good. This one's good, that's good. Alright. So maybe a nice dark green for this one, or a light green, whatever it is that you think would, you know, do well. I'll go with a darker green, but it might mix into that black. Just making sure we're really getting in there. Those are very thin lines. I'm really squishing this. Ooh, don't move too much. Alright. Yeah, and that makes a difference. Very pretty. And then the last one, I think I'll just do maybe in some brown. I would go with like black, but then it will just kind of fade away. So let me clean up just a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay. And our last one, the numbers are down here, just so you know. So number 6 is down at the bottom corner. We're just looking for the very centers of our flowers. This one has like a little something at the top. Yeah, I think brown's a good color for that. So do that. And kind of a lighter brown, just so it pops instead of just fading in with the black backgrounds, just like a little bit. Really scrubbing it in there, it's kind of funny. Alright. And it's all colored in, looks really, really phenomenal. With Yana's artwork there, really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna clean up and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have a beautiful background. We have our little Nature's Beauty. I do have this die set from the Happy Hour collection that I wanted to use today. I think I'm going to pop this on here. Generally, I just trim it down a little bit, but I'm just gonna take some off of this, like maybe there. Run that through. I may or may not make a matte layer out of this size, the larger one. I don't think I will. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. A2 size piece of paper, I'm going to cut it at 5.5, score it at 4 1/4 to make an A2 size card base, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. Very nice. So on this set, the largest one is exactly 4 1/4 by 5.5. And you know, I like my matte layers, so what I think I'm going to do is trim down maybe like maybe some red paper, green paper, orange paper, I don't know, some kind of accent color, but 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, that's what I prefer. So this one does cut a complete 4 1/4 by 5.5 matte layer. So if you like that, there you go. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so we have this piece, again, 4 1/8, 5 3/8. That's my preferred matte layer for an A2 size card, like the largest one. You can do 4 by 5 1/4 if you like 1/4 inches. I think that's what this one is. So you probably need to do something just a little bigger than that, otherwise you won't see it, right? Or again, 4 1/4 by 5.5, the complete larger matte layer like that. And then we'll have this guy. And you know what? I didn't think about it. We can put this portrait, landscape, whatever direction you like. I'm just going to go like this. And then just pop this on here. Just like that. So I'm going to put some smaller, lower profile dimensionals on this, and I'll be right back. Profiles on that, and maybe put it hanging off a little bit this way. Oh, let's hold our card straight so I can see if at least this is a little bit straight. And there it is. Just a beautifully stenciled, fun, you know, card, quick to make. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much. Spellbinders for today's items for review. I'll have images come up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I will see you all. Stuff up to get my images. One other thing, and I forget to mention this sometimes, with a better press plate, you can definitely put that in your glimmer. So can you imagine this whole glimmered background and the stencil? Could be all shiny and beautiful. Maybe some gold, some bronze, whatever. You know, it's gonna look really pretty. Oh, black. They do have a white glimmer foil, which is really nice too. So anyway, something to think about. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye now.